Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Presenting for PSM1, my name is Mohamad Aliff Afdhal bin Mohamad Khalid with metric number CN190098. The title of this research is Characteristic of Pulp and Paper produced from MD2 pineapple leaf produced by using SODA-ANTHRAQUINONE, SODA-AQ pulping method. This project is supervised by T.S. Shaifuriza bin Masrul and co-supervisor Dr. T.S. Noraini binti Marsi. Let's start diving into the introduction of this study. Next is the research background of this study. The increasing demand for paper will keep increasing over the course of the year as the population increases. This will translate to the rise of pulp and paper industry, but also means that a lot of trees will be felled to make this exponentially increasing demand over the year. Ian, in his research, stated that the increasing consumption of paper and paperboard will continue without stopping, with a projection up to 466 million tons by 2031. This will cause deforestation and also trigger waste problem due to the poor waste management. Thus, this trigger an interest to find a new alternative non-wood based raw material for paper making industry, which is affordable in price with environmentally friendly features. DOA 2021 stated that Malaysia had been considered as one of the major producers of pineapple with 14,072 hectare plantation amounting to 325,038 metric ton harvested in 2021. Thus, it is wise to utilize pineapple leaf as a raw material for paper making. Next, let us discuss about the problem statement of this study. Due to the increasing demand of paper, causes commodity-led deforestation to happen to provide for the raw material for paper making. This led to the interest in finding a similar plant as raw material which readily available. Third one is regarding repurposing. The overabundance of agriculture waste can be used as a raw material for paper making in this study. Thus, in this study, we will explore the potential of MD2 pineapple leaf as an alternative for paper making. There are two main objectives for this study, which is to produce a paper pulp by using MD2 pineapple via SODA-ANTHRAQUINONE, SODA-AQ pulping method. The next one is to investigate the effect of different active alkali dosage, on physical, mechanical, and optical characteristic of MD2 pineapple leaf pulp and paper. Next is the scope of study for this research. In this study, we will utilize MD2 pineapple leaf using the SODA-ANTHRAQUINONE pulping method to produce a paper. Three different concentrations, namely 20%, 22.5%, and 25%. Active alkali dosage for pulping method, and 0.1% atherogenic percentage, fiber to liquid ratio at 7:1, and produce 120 GSM paper. The pulp properties will be observed in the moisture content, screen yield, CSF freeness, drainage time. And paper physical characteristic will be observed in the paper thickness, paper grammage, and bulk density. Next, paper mechanical characteristic will be observed on the tensile index, tearing index, bursting index, and folding number. And finally, regarding the paper optical characteristic, brightness and opacity will be evaluated. Next is regarding the significance of this study. The first one is regarding waste utilization. This study will create a way to utilize the discarded agricultural residue, which is MD2 pineapple leaf, as a paper making raw material. Next is replanting. Unlike typical hardwood plant material used for paper making, pineapple can be replanted after harvesting. This is because MD2 species can grow at least 4 suckers for new pineapple plant to grow. Next is the abundant resources. MD2 pineapple leaf is considered abundant compared to conventional wood material, which take a few decades to grow. Next, regarding the cheap price. Manufacturer can gain a consistent and cheap raw material which available abundantly. And finally, regarding eco-friendly features, branding trademark for manufacturer, which can improve the reputation of the company and increase sale. Next, let us take a look at the literature review for this study. Next, let us take a look at the pineapple leaf fiber characteristic. The morphological characteristic of pineapple leaves can decide the suitability of this material in paper making. Important characteristics such as number of leaf of MD2 pineapple leaf, fiber length, and chemical content, namely hollow cellulose and alpha cellulose and lignin, are the important characteristics to be decided for material selection. Displayed are the 2 of the 6 past studies which I had compiled in the thesis, clearly prove that suitability and potential of pineapple leaf reflected to paper physical and mechanical characteristic of the paper produced. Discuss regarding the methodology of this study. This is the project flowchart for this study. As you can see, there are 3 different active alkali, sodium hydroxide and NaOH, used in the study, along with 0.1% of anthraquinone percentage with maximum temperature of 170 degrees Celsius, which maximum temperature of 120 minutes will be used. Important criteria such as pulp moisture content, pulp screen yield, freeness and drainage time will be observed and recorded. The pulp will then undergo paper making process to form paper with basis weight of 120 GSM. If it cannot be attained, pulping process will be conducted once again. Next, the paper form will be tested on 3 characteristics, namely physical, mechanical, and optical characteristics, and analyzed. Discussion and conclusion can finally be drawn after comparing the result of this study to previous research. In pulp and paper making process, there are 2 phases, which is pulping process, which include a series of procedures which include raw material preparation, soda pulping process, fiber moisture content, digestion process, pulp washing process, screening process, spin drying process, and dispersing process. After pulping process, paper making process will be conducted. A series of procedures will once again be conducted, which is pulp wet calculation, pulp disintegration process, stop preparation, freeness test, stop correction, forming hand sheet, sample drying process, and sheet pressing process. For characteristic tests, 11 tests will be conducted to the hand sheet form. All of this will be in accordance with TAPPI and MS-ISO standard. Displayed on the right side is the template which will be used for mechanical testing, which will be drawn on the hand sheet. Finally, Chapter 4 will explain regarding the expected result of this study. Expected result. It is expected that MD2 pineapple leaf, pulp and paper can successfully be produced via SODA-ANTHRAQUINONE AQ pulping method with 3 different active alkali dosage with 0.1 AQ percentage, 7:1 liquid to fiber ratio, 120 minutes of cooking time, and 170 degrees of cooking temperature. And basis weight of this hand sheet can be achieved, which is 120 GSM. And finally, characteristic of pulp and paper is expected to be enhanced by the increment of active alkali. That's all from me. Thank you. This is Aliff Afdhal bin Mohamad Khalid signing out.